I'm sure a lot of people know this video even if you don't play Blue Archive. Alkaline Tears is one of the most recognized Blue Archive OSTs, and it's for a good reason. It's a beautiful, melancholic lo-fi song that encapsulates the themes of Blue Archive really well. I remember before returning to Blue Archive after 2 years, I saw myself coming back to this video frequently, despite not playing the game at the time. There was just something about it that washed my worries away. Maybe it was the calming deep blue, maybe it was the piano build-up, but it was a good background noise for relaxing, studying, and just thinking. And now, coming back to this video recently in the past year, I'm like, wow. I knew nothing about the soundtrack and the video tied to it, but now, I hold it really close to my heart because I've experienced so much from reading the Blue Archive story, even listening to this song with friends, and just life in general. Looking beyond just that video was a really eye-opening experience for me. It opened up so many new things for me to explore. This was before I even played the Blue Archive story, and I was honestly under the impression that Blue Archive was so much more lighthearted before this. And you can't really blame me because most of the promotional material is just cute girls doing cute things in a vibrant art style, right? And Misaki's Live 2D is a huge contrast to what I was expecting from Blue Archive, because if you were in my shoes and you look at that, you're like, what? I was really questioning, like, what route did Blue Archive take in their story direction? You can kind of tell that her L2D doesn't have the same ambiance as other students, of course. And that's when I found Saori's Live 2D, as well as Atsuko's and Hiyori's. Okay, minus Hiyori's. I was like, this is so different, you know? It feels so solemn but dreamy at the same time. So at this point, I was like, I have to read the story. And so I did, and I went through all 5 stages of grief. I've talked about this way too much in my videos, but Blue Archive's story is just fucking cinema. But I learned so much though. So much about these characters that I developed an attachment to them. And I finally got to learn about all the pain that the Arius squad had to go through. And it broke my heart. But most importantly, I got to learn more about that girl in that video. Imashino Misaki. The Arius squad went through a lot of emotional turmoil throughout Volume 3, and even more so in their past. Looking at Misaki's design, it airs more on the simple side of Blue Archive's cast, but there's a lot to unravel beneath it. Misaki's appearance has a lot of symbolic ties to the things that she's experienced in the past. I feel like the designers understood how a depressed person looks and acts. Her blank stares, her clothes, but more disturbingly, the bandages around her neck and arms, hinting at forms of self-harm and physical detachment. It's actually hinted quite frequently that Misaki has attempted before. There's this scene in Volume 3 where she tries to jump off a bridge due to the ongoing events at the time. But Saori, like many times before, knocks some sense into her and she didn't end up succumbing to her misery. There's actually this one scene from Blue Archive China's PVs, which I think might be tied to this sequence of events because it's shown to have Misaki being slapped by Saori as she's unraveling the bandage on her wrist. Before reading Volume 3, I actually read her Bond story before, and it doesn't really change much story-wise, but it gave me a lot more insight to what Misaki truly seeks on the inside. Her character as a whole explores themes of emptiness really well. In her Bond story, a lot of it is about Misaki and self-neglect. She's apathetic towards things like her body, rest, and sustaining herself. She simply has seized her will to survive, and that's where the second theme of her Bond story comes in, which is hope. Despite her unwillingness to care for herself, all 3 episodes have a consistent way of showing the readers that Misaki is still human. In episode 1, it's revealed that she has claustrophobia because she shows fear of being trapped in an elevator. In episode 2, it's revealed that Misaki wears her mask most of the time, even outdoors, because she has severe allergies. She sees this as a bother, but it brings to light that she's not really taking care of her body. And just like her claustrophobia, it's proof that she still has physical human problems, that she can feel things just like other people. In episode 3, when Sensei cares for Misaki when she's sick, Sensei has to leave for a while due to work, but when Sensei returns, she said she was feeling lonely. And that's when we have that intimate moment with her and her live 2D. Sensei gives her a sweet medicine, which she's taken aback by, even saying things like, "You think I'm a kid?" Which proves that Misaki is able to show emotion like anger, shame, and loneliness, and how she hasn't completely resigned from being human. Sensei's persistent attempts were really powerful in getting Misaki to indulge in human connection, even if she didn't realize it at first. Even Saori's attempts at using her methods of tough love was also showing how loyalty and their familial relationship plays into her being alive today. Isolation, depression, and emptiness are things that people struggle with every day. And Misaki's story was heavily representative of that. But it's also able to prove how people are able to recover in the real world as well. Now, some people have had different experiences with depression, and I'm not a psychologist or expert on these topics, but I've had my fair share as well. Which makes me understand and relate to Misaki just a little bit more. Misaki doesn't take care of her physical health. She sees her body as a burden and vessel. It's almost like she's looking at herself from outside of her body, like she's a hollow shell. And it's not just her physical health that she's lost interest in, it's that nothing really brings her pleasure. And it's not surprising because she grew up in an environment which made it hard for her to love things. It's not like she could get into hobbies or interests like other people did. She didn't know anything else, but everything is in vain. In contrast to Misaki, in my childhood, I did have a lot of things that I was interested in, like food, music, games, and hobbies. And as I grew older, it was hard to tell whether that me in the past was the alive or happier version of myself. Because everything after that turning point or slow spiral just felt stale. Nothing felt like it gave me that injection of joy or adrenaline like it did before. There was always that voice in my head that wanted me to feel those feelings of excitement like I once did, but it never came to be. That voice is also something that slowly killed me inside. It was draining. And because of that, I started to neglect my mental and physical health as well. And things slowly started to break me down little by little. I started to go through a period of self-isolation, but in contrast to Misaki, Sensei and Saori persistently trying to get to her is something that not everyone would have. Just like how people lose interest in things like hobbies, withdrawal from social interaction is also a big thing that factors in how depression worsens. People need alone time, sure, but I slowly came to realize that people also need human interaction. It's a natural thing, and it may not be the brightest thing in the world of all time, because relationships aren't just a walk through a field of flowers. It's something that burns as well. Despite that, all those experiences help people grow. Misaki was able to survive all this time because she had those people around her that wanted her alive. It may take a lot for someone to realize this, but to think about something simple like having people around you is something you can be grateful for and something that can help and guide you along your path. Things change, and we can do nothing about it. But all you have is now. It won't always be like this. So conquer the present, because, well, to be alive is living.